Dave Rabin from Twin Cities Media, talking with Mikey from Mallory Knox.
So,
Yeah. So how's I mean, we're kind of three-quarters of the way through the Vans Warped Tour. How's everything going?
our Warped Tour has just been phenomenal, actually. It's been a lot of hard work, a lot of graft, but it's been absolutely worth it. We've met some fantastic new people, hung out with some amazing bands, and we're kind of a bit gutted to see it coming towards the end.
Now, you guys have been touring for quite a while. It seems kind of nonstop.
It gets that way, I mean, it's a big world we live in, and we're very keen to get the music out there as much as we can. So it certainly is a lot of touring, but it's something that we're more than happy to do.
Nice. Nice. So, do you guys have any plans for studio time? I mean, I know that. I mean, obviously tours are huge. They keep you busy, but there's got to be that studio time too.
Absolutely, we've found that finding time to write particularly has been difficult over the last few months, but we certainly have it in our mind's eye that towards the end of the year we're going to begin writing and maybe even demoing. I mean, there's nothing set in stone yet with that. We're firmly keeping our eyes on touring right now, as the album's only really just come out here in the United States. But yeah, it's certainly in the back of our minds for sure.
Is it going to feel good to get home, to maybe get a break and get home?
Of course. I mean, I say it all the time, but I miss my dogs. You can explain to your mom or your housemate or your girlfriend or whoever that you're going away for a while, but you can't explain it to your dogs, man. So I'm looking forward to getting back with them, seeing my family and my friends and touching base. But yeah, still ready to sort of kick ass the rest of the year.
Right. Nice. So I mean, you guys obviously touring vans. I mean, all these touring vans and everything. You have any good stories for anyone on the
Some interesting stories here and there, for sure. I mean, I think the coolest thing so far is I've been hanging out with a lot of the boys from our last night, and the guys are big on Woody particularly is a fantastic yoga instructor. We've been doing some great stuff in that respect. I've never done anything like that before. It's not particularly rock and roll, but it's been something that has really sort of opened my mind a little bit, and it seems to be. I don't believe in all that kind of hoodoo voodoo stuff, but every time we do it, something sort of a bit weird and crazy seems to happen. We were doing it last night, and this huge fireworks display set off just in front of us at the perfect height, perfect level. It was I think the universe was speaking to us.
So I mean, this far into the tour, how do you keep the energy up? Because I saw your set earlier, and totally high energy. You were out there ready to go. I mean, you guys were first up to this morning. How do you guys keep the energy up?
I suppose it's one of those things that no matter how shitty you're feeling in the daytime, no matter how tired or drained or ill you are, if you get up on stage and there's kids there that have travelled and they've paid money and they've taken the time to come and see you, it's just the most inspiring and uplifting thing. It's something that sort of almost negates how you're feeling before you step on stage. The energy, I suppose, just it really comes from the audience. It's sort of it's like a shared thing, I think.
Right. It's kind of one thing I noticed, and when I shot you guys back, oh gosh, I can't even remember now when it was, but when you guys played at the Myth last time, the one thing I noticed is the really kind of pure connection with the crowd, and you immediately when you walk on stage, that crowd is engaged, and you're engaged with them.
Sure.
So I mean, how is it? I mean, again, it kind of goes back to the last question. That is the energy and that connection.
Sure.
Your fans seem to be, kind of a really true kind of holding to you.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, to me, I remember when I was a young music listener, and I would come to shows and I would wait for hours to see just a glimpse of my favorite bands, and maybe even get a nod or a smile from them, and at the very least. And I remember a couple of times there was times that we were either shunned or kind of ignored and that kind of thing, and it hurt, man. And particularly when you adore someone that much. I understand people have things to do. I am one of them. But I always find that sort of that feeling. I always aim to make sure that feeling is never put across to anybody that comes to our shows. I mean, there may be the odd occasion when that happens, and I'm very apologetic for that. But if we can, we try to have a close bond with our fans, and an open bond too, because there's life's too short for bullshit. These people that ignore their fans for the sake of rock and roll or something. Mate, rock and roll is spending 2.5 hours talking to your fans, not ignoring them.
Well, I appreciate the time. Good luck with the rest of the tour. Look forward to new music.
Excellent.
Yep.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks a lot.